So
Okay.
ready, set,
All right. And
action.
hello, everybody. My name is Chris.
And I'm Wendy.
We are Creatures of the Night Paranormal. We are starting um, a brand new show on our YouTube channel. This is going to be our opportunity to finally review all of our ghost hunting evidence from all of our fantastic cases that we have never really had the chance to get around to reviewing. And we're going to do it in a way that we get to kind of like celebrate our past experiences by reliving them and finally going through the evidence with each other and with you all at the same time. So this is we're kind of working with it being called our evidence autopsy. Oof, yeah.
Like dissecting everything, which
Yeah.
honestly, it's so crazy to hear us say this, and I'm sure we sound like complete amateurs or idiots, but we would go on investigations and we would record 5 different cameras, audio, take a million pictures, we'd drive home, and then we'd go back to our regular lives, like so many people. Like,
Yep.
this isn't paying the bills. So we have to go to jobs. We have to raise kids. You know, we were doing all of that. And then we would review our evidence separately. So, like, occasionally you'd call me over and be like, oh, you got to listen to this. Or you'd send me a picture, you know, through text or something to like look at.
Lots
Maybe
of
you'd
text
put it
and
up.
share.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we just do that anyways all the time anyway, sharing our day. But maybe you'd put it up on YouTube and you'd say, like, when you have a chance, go look at it or whatever. But we never like sat down, you know, like how in some TV shows they bring in like the owner of the property at the end and they're like, show and tell, here you go. This is what we found. We've never had a show and tell with each other. So this forces us to really sit down together and like live in the moment, you know, go through our evidence together, even though they're evidence from really long time ago.
Yeah. We might be going through some stuff from a really, really long time ago because we have somewhat reviewed our evidence, but then maybe didn't put it together for it to be on our YouTube channel or to where we could share it with each other. So we're gonna do that now on the new show on what we're doing. So that's just like a nice brief explanation of what you're going to get when you come here. It's going to be us on a video call with us reviewing evidence from our past cases. And we've been to some really amazing places. So hopefully some of the evidence that we are able to uncover is pretty good. I'm pretty excited about the one that I'm going to share tonight on our very first ever.
I'm super excited because you have like a little gleam in your eye. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and to be completely honest with you, the stuff that I got, not super like fantastical, but I worked on a case that we kind of had half reviewed and I just still had some stuff left over. But I'm super excited to hear yours. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay, sure. So spoiler, it's an 8-minute clip that we're going to dissect.
Yeah.
So I don't know, do you really want me to go first? I don't want to bore you to death.
No, I just feel like I need to like maybe take notes or something since
No.
I have like the attention span of a toddler sometimes.
Oh, I don't think you'll need to take notes because it's not that kind of a clip. There's not going to be a test at the end. This is fun. This entire clip, first of all, let me back up. What I'm reviewing is evidence from the time that we went to the old Elks Lodge Jones Funeral Home building in Globe, Arizona, which I just fell in love with that little town when Wendy took me there. It was just amazing. I mean, such a cool ghost town with little ghosty things everywhere, just haunts walking around all over the place. It's just a fun little town.
They pretty much advertise the whole town as being haunted. And
I
I
believe
love that you could rent out so many of their buildings. Like,
right?
It's an old mining town and there's not a lot to draw you to that area in the first place. So I love them so much for being like, we're going to bring people in, by renting out all these old buildings, and they don't disappoint. I definitely feel the places that we went to, at least the one you're going to talk about and the jail, really have some stuff going on.
I think the more that I get a chance to review, especially with the way that this clip turned out, there was something going on that we were unaware of the entire time. So let me just
shocking.
Back up. I know, right? It is so shocking because here we are
us being so like fucking just somewhere else during an investigation that we're missing that ghost are like right there.
This one's a little different. This one's a little different. There was a lot going on, but we were honed into like one particular thing. And this is why this is such a fun clip for me. So this entire clip takes place in what Wendy and I considered was the war room. It's on the main level of the building with access to like back rooms and kind of a bar area. It's kind of set out to be like a, I don't know, not like a kitchen, like a diner. It's like kind of set up to be like a diner, right? Like you would imagine there being tables everywhere. And there's, like I said, there's a bar. So you would imagine people eating food, and then there's, serving tables, like that kind of a theme, but it's void of all of that. There's just probably like maybe one or two large banquet sized tables.
Yeah.
And that's what we were using just to have all of our equipment kind of set out on. And then of course the bar's back there, but it's, there's no like liquor or anything happening. It's just the empty bar. So I think I remember from when we were there that the room that we were in would have been used for like funeral services back when the building was the Jones Funeral Home.
Yes.
And the basement was actually like the mortuary, if that sounds right. Okay. So the room that we're in, it does sit far back enough from the exterior door. But what you'll hear in this clip is that we're not in a soundproof area by any means. Like it's noisy. The train starts up and becomes a prominent figure for the majority of this clip, but it does not stop the spirits from communicating with us. Unfortunately, the voices are really, really, really low, barely audible at times, and are somewhat muffled by the train. I only documented one of the clips that I could not make out completely, which sucks because I feel like it would have really been a good clip otherwise. So what I'm saying is there were some other muffled noises that would have been considered EVPs, but I didn't even bother to clip them. So there's only one that's in this set that's like what is that saying? Like that's what I'm getting at. Like I said, the full clip is actually 8 minutes and 32 seconds. And I'm going to play the full clip, and then I'm going to break it down into sections, give it into that evidence autopsy feel. Like, all right, now let's go through the guts. So during this whole video, Wendy is using dowsing rods to communicate with spirits. So what you'll see and what you'll be paying attention to mostly in this video is the question and answer that we're both giving. Mostly Wendy is doing, holding the dowsing rod. So that's what you'll be focused on. You'll see blips of the words that I'm hearing in the EVPs. But again, you really won't be able to hear them all that well. I'll be able to replay these clips later, and hopefully you'll hear them a little bit better. Fair warning for everyone watching. You should attempt to use noise canceling headphones to hear the EVPs. There are also times when my big mouth gets a little too loud, and I apologize in advance for those volume blasts. Like I kind of don't know how yet to laugh like a human being, and I just like loud. So,
no, it's not fair though. Like we're holding the recorders,
right?
Like our cameras. We're holding our cameras, or they're right in front of us, and so yeah, our voice, it's gonna pick us up first,
Right.
and it's gonna have a harder time picking up something at a distance. So we are gonna be so freaking loud, especially when you need to turn that volume up. Because unfortunately, I do it too. Like, well, pretty much all my EVPs, you have to have it on full blast, to hear them with headphones. And some people might be like, well, that's not an EVP then, or it's not a good EVP. It's definitely not class A. Okay, but it's still a spirit voice. And I can't trash that. Right. I can't just say, you know what? I didn't find anything on that video just because that ghost that was like whispering something to me. That's right. Ghost voice. I can't get rid of it. And I can't not put it out there. And it's definitely not a class A because it's not loud or maybe you can't make out everything. It's a possible EVP though. And I don't know, we just share everything that we find because it feels disrespectful to just throw them away. And then I hate the sound of my voice. I hate myself, to be honest. Sounds terrible. I don't need therapy. That's not what, just watching some of these videos though, or listening to the audio, I get so annoyed hearing my own stupid voice.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Also, the dumb things I'm saying. Like,
well, hold on a second. But also, most of these times, and I mean, even with this one, it's late at night. We are not young, spry chickens. We are. We're older and we're still doing this shit where you're up past midnight and like, that's tough for me. I'm used to like getting up at 5 a.m. and go, doing my routine and like toning it down at 8 p.m. at night, having the appetizer on the couch, like around that 9 p.m. time. So midnight, like, yeah, some of the times we say some stuff and it's like, in my head, I feel like that meant exactly as it should have come out of my mouth. And then I go back and I watch it and I'm like, what the hell was I even trying to say? That so it makes a lot of sense. So I'm glad actually that you said that. So that's another good point. This is a very late night clip. You'll see in this clip that we're drinking unsweetened tea. That does not have a lot of caffeine in it. But we were being safe because sometimes caffeine late at night and stomach issues happen too. So I want to, again, that's your warning. Sometimes the clip gets loud. Sometimes we get silly because it's late at night. But all in all, I really adore this clip. It's great. So after saying all of that, like I wanted to express that there's going to be some things that happen here that are clips of EVPs. The EVP will come up in either the bottom of the screen or the top of the screen. And then after the whole thing is said and done, I'll play the individual clips and we can dissect them. So, awesome. All right, here we go with the Old Elks Lodge Jones Funeral. That's a whole mouthful of words. Can I just?
Well, it was like 3 different things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Plus mortuary, which I didn't even put in the title of this. Thank God. I mean, I'm already having a tongue twister of a time here. So like I said, I did clip all of these down so we can go through them one by one. But it might just be easier to go through them as we're doing the video itself. Just, I don't know. How do you feel? Like, we'll just see how this plays out. All right.
We're winging it.
We're winging it. Oh, we're going to wing trying to share the screen first off. Let's, all right.
Okay, sorry. Do the spirits in the basement have a message for us?
Wide open. Okay. Yes. Getting a yes.
Loud ass tap.
Loud ass tap. You're obviously hearing it because you're looking away.
Okay. I don't know why you just said no. Oh, I hear it.
You heard it?
Yeah. Is that? Oh, let me replay it for everybody else. Thank you. Okay. I don't know why you just said no.
Because Wendy says, I don't know why you just know.
Is that noise that we're hearing coming from the basement?
It's playful. All right, again.
Yeah, like banging around. Loud. And a giggle at the same time?
Yeah, there's a giggle. So there's the dish noises, and there's that giggle. Sorry, I was talking over it.
That's right. Play it again.
smell like dishes.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah, a little like, that's how I heard it.
Yeah, it has a little extra at the end, but it's like the same giggle as before.
And let me
Weird, like
explain something to other people about the surroundings of the Elk Lodge. Like, they weren't perfect for investigating. There's a bar right
it's
in
behind
front of
me.
it, next to it. Yeah, it's behind you.
Yeah.
There's a bar, and you could hear noises when you were up on the upper levels and there were windows and stuff. This area doesn't have any windows. It maybe has windows in like the very back rooms, but there's not windows behind you.
No, yeah. No, it's a mirror that's behind me. There's actually a picture. And when this is over, if you could maybe flip to the clip where I'm doing the pendulum, so you can just see basically the other side of the room.
Right. Yeah. And these taps and like this moving around sounds like it's coming from inside the building. That is how we're hearing it with our ears. Yeah. And I think that if it was like, say, the bar that is an alleyway separated, we don't share walls. It's like a decent size alleyway. A car could go through it.
Right.
A couple, maybe 2 cars. They're like Irish roadside. I mean, you know how big those small those are.
Yeah,
you
right.
Can get a car through them, and that's the gap from where the bar, the back wall of the bar starts. So if somebody's outside, like, because I think we hear people going out to their car, or like the dishwasher guy, emptying something or whatever.
Someone went out walking a dog at one point in time, and we're like, "What the hell is that?" It was someone going out to walk a dog.
We could hear that on the upper levels, but we couldn't really hear anything from here that didn't sound like it was happening from inside that room. And also the neighborhood, it's dead in Globe at night, except for that one bar.
Right.
So there's not really a whole lot of people moving around outside.
That's true. Yeah.
I just wanted to share that real quick. So you kind of knew what the setup was like. The noises coming from that apartment. That's the apartment inside the building I'm talking about. The tracks, cranking together. It's not coming from somebody breaking in my car, right?
That girl.
It's not coming from somebody breaking into my car.
So
very
it's really
faint. Yeah,
very faint.
Yeah.
I like it though because I'm wondering,
it's not coming from someone breaking into my
is
car, right?
it referring to the I felt like the giggle was female and playful, and you're asking where are these noises coming from, and you're the apartment, is it this, is it that, and you are getting responses with the dowsing rods, but then there's this male voice that this is the first time he appears, and he says, "That girl," that's what I hear. I'm like, okay,
ratting her out.
Is it coming from the train?
Did you see that one?
Yeah, with that that's a whole like sentence.
It's a whole sentence.
Oh, it's very, you can hear the
Yeah. My favorite part of that is all the time. Like that's the part that stood out to me the most. It's happening, like it took me I'm like over and over and over. It's happening all either the time or all night. Like I catch that here. And again, it's a response to us asking something while you're doing the dowsing. So you're getting an answer on the dowsing, and then there's a voice coming in really, really, and that's how all of these EVPs are going to be too, by the way. They're just so quiet.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Do the spirits in the basement want us to carry a message to someone for them?
God, I can't even hear it. I know I can hear it when I'm doing the clip.
To someone for them. To someone for them. Yeah, it's really hard to hear.
It is.
And it's because in this, the meets like call, we can't turn the volume like way
Right,
up.
right.
Because no one's gotten their message.
I think I hear the help.
Because no one's gotten their message. Okay.
Can you pause it?
Yeah. It sounds like just really distant conversation, as they kind of always, these EVPs come in like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hear some of them where some of them I can't without like really cranking up the volume, you know?
True. So I actually have developed a theory just from this clip here, and that EVP right there, what I hear is "I'll help, first cut me down." Really kind of like I paused and I'm like, why? What cut you down? Like, is that really what I'm hearing? And like I heard it over and over again. And the only other thing I could think of is "I'll help, first put me down." So like I had to kind of like I stopped getting EVPs. I had to investigate this a little bit. So I have a sidebar here, and then coming up to my conspiracy theory on what my take on what's going on. So the dowsing rods, they open up again with Wendy's getting her answer to a question, but I I didn't even have to say anything about the dowsing rods. You just saw it. I learned because of this clip with it saying "first cut me down," that there was a hanging tree in Globe, Arizona, and if you map it out, it's 3 minutes away from walking distance from this building. And it was a pretty big deal. It was called the Sycamore Hanging Tree. So have you ever heard of, or I don't know if you knew this going into this location, but there was a robbery ambush from the 1880s in Globe, Arizona. Do you know about that?
I don't know anything about that. No.
So long story short, 3 men ambushed a mule train after finding out that it was carrying $5,000 in gold coins, which was payroll for the McMorris silver mine, so miners. 2 men were needlessly gunned down during the incident. One of them was a Dr. William Vale. He just happened to be out riding that morning and went in the wrong direction, met those guys, and got killed. And then there was an Andy Hall, who was a messenger in the original portion of the delivery. So he was like one of the armed guards, I guess you would say. And he ended up getting killed, but a little later on in the story, in the storyline from the 2 guys that did the ambushing. So the 2 men ended up being hung in Globe, like I said, 3 minutes away from our investigation site. Neither of them were named Jim, which really upset me since I felt like I got a Jim on audio earlier. I was like, Jim is here and it's real. This is it. No, there's no Jim. So scratch that. We had a Lafayette Grime and a Curtis B. Holly. Those were the 2 men that were hung at the Sycamore Hanging Tree. Lafayette Grime was brothers with Cicero, and Cicero was actually the mastermind of the heist. He ended up being sentenced to 21 years at the Yuma Territorial Prison. He actually didn't do his time. He was declared insane, and he was shoved off to Stockton, California. But at some point in time, the man just walked away and vanished into thin air. Just bye.
You know, as you do, just
as you do. Something crazy. But Lafayette and Holly, they were marched to the Sycamore Tree on August 24th, 1882, in the middle of Broad Street, and they were hung. So, needless to say, I was super excited finding out about all of that information because I thought, you know, with this EVP, I hear "I'll help, first cut me down." Okay. But one thing that you do need to know is that this building wasn't actually there when those men were hung.
Mm-hmm.
who knows what was there at that point in time. It's amazing that they still have records of where the tree used to be. Like the tree ended up getting, I guess, burnt down, and they had like a nub of a tree there for a really long time until someone was like, get this shit out of here. Let's just put a marker. I mean, we don't need this, you know? So there's a marker there. So I thought, here's my theory. We are here in this building trying to communicate with spirits. It doesn't necessarily mean that those spirits are tied to that location. Maybe it's like a phone call to the spirit realm, and they're like, they pick up on the other side. But maybe that's why voices sometimes come through so faintly, because they're not technically of that building. They're around, they're ghosts, and they're haunting some part of that area, but maybe that's why it's so faint. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I just went off on a little sidebar tangent to dig into a little bit more of the history of Globe, but only because of that EVP. Now, it might not have said cut me down. It might have said put me down. It might have been a man in the morgue, or a body in the morgue, because that's what you do when you're in the morgue. You're laying down flat, and you're usually carried on some kind of like a gurney or something. So I don't know. But a man's voice, again, it's very low, it's very faint. And then here pretty soon, you're going to start hearing some train noises that's really going to take over the rest of the clip.
I like this idea that it's just the spirits in the atmosphere, kind of the whole town. And we're like, ring, ring, ring. There's people trying to communicate with you. There's people trying to like connect with that world. And they're just over in their space being like, hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
Right. I hear your voice too.
Weird. Yeah. Kind of like, this is dumb and maybe like a bad analogy, but I just finished watching like that second season of Interview with the Vampire that comes on. I don't even remember when it comes on, but it's like I'm sure you've not watched it.
No.
But in this show, it goes away from the original or the movie that we would have seen. And I never read the whole book. I don't think I did, or I don't know. If I did, I forget stuff. So I have no idea. So I don't know if the vampires always had the ability to hear the other vampires, but in the show, they have that ability. Like the really powerful ones can like just hear the other ones somewhere else. So maybe, and then they'll talk back and forth. So maybe, like you said, that it's like we're hello, and they're answering back, but it's faint because it's like over there. It's not over here. Because you say they draw energy from our own energy and the devices that we carry. You see that plethora of equipment on the table. Like you would think that they have enough battery power to be a little louder, but maybe it's because they're not necessarily in this space.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
Do you want me to just continue with the clip?
Yes, I think you can. I think that's all I wanted to say about that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Do the spirits in the basement plan on sharing this message peacefully? Cool.
Y'all should know we were really scared of the basement. We've got a bad vibe down there. So we really didn't want to go back down there.
Yeah.
To get the message? No. Okay. Okay. Do you want us to use the spirit box to get their message? No. I'm just going to take a wild guess. You want us to use the dowsing rods.
They really like those dowsing rods.
Talking to me that just want attention?
I love how I just think that this object as a spirit now.
Or maybe you were saying yes.
Yeah.
Like a really big yes.
A really big yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
I did. I got a yes.
So just for anybody watching, a really big yes.
A really big yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can hear it. Yes.
You can't hear it? Okay.
So just for anybody watching this video, thank you very much. And that want to call bullshit on these things. Like literally, if you've never seen it, this is loose in there, right?
Yeah.
It is, yes. I hold it just like this. But you see, did you hear something?
Choo choo.
Yeah, honestly, it sounded like that bag crinkle.
So
and
there
I
was a
mean, it's
high
been there
there.
for the whole time.
It's very, very
the same
quick.
thing.
And this time when that
Tell me how
high
I can
comes
go
through,
from very, very
it's a completely
straight
different voice.
to them moving just because
Like back a little.
Yeah.
Would
Like
you
go
like-
back.
Did you hear something?
That's right.
Yeah, honestly, it sounded like that
You hear
bag
it?
Oh!
crinkle.
It's in my voice while I'm talking.
Did you hear something?
Yeah, honestly, it sounded like that bag crinkle.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, it sounded like that bag crinkle.
Listen.
Honestly, it sounded like that. Honestly, it sounded like that bag crinkle. Yeah, honestly, it sounded like that bag crinkle.
It's like kind of mechanical.
I mean,
It
it's
is.
been there for
Yeah.
Yes.
the whole
Yeah.
time. There goes the train again.
Tell me how I can go from very, very straight to them moving just because I asked the question. Would you like us to use the pendulum down in the basement as well? Do you see my hands moving? 'Cause I don't see them moving.
It's another really low, but I hear the same man's
Do you
voice
see
as
my hands
before.
moving? 'Cause I don't see
Yeah,
them
you
moving.
can use them all.
That's
Do
dirty.
you see my hands moving?
Ooh, yeah.
You hear it?
Do you see my
Yeah.
hands moving?
Yeah, that's
'Cause I don't
louder,
see 'em
too.
moving.
Yeah.
Not as loud as the high, but
Right.
Thank you.
But he's directly
I'm
responding
gonna
every
adjust
single
myself,
time.
though, just because up here is a weird
Yeah,
place
right.
to hold them.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, you're
weak
supposed
little
to be kinda
arms
comfortable.
too.
Well, I try to lock my arms into my body
Yeah.
so that they're steady as possible, and I'm not moving them around.
I think it's going to be train after train after train right now.
There's another one coming
I
up.
think it's just like doing something, and
Oh, it's doing something all right. It is doing something.
do s- uh,
Yeah.
do spirits
It whispers like,
prefer
Yeah.
communicating
Yeah.
through
The green about the train.
yeah.
He knows about them.
more spiritual?
I think the
ways,
train
like
just stopped on the
pendulums,
tracks.
I
is
feel
what
like
I'm
it-
doing.
yeah.
Tarot
That's-
cards.
That's what I wrote in my notes. The train was stopping.
There's a lot of, like, okay. Because,
Right.
like, if it said no, then I would wonder if, like, one of those things doesn't
bother-
fit.
Yeah, it bothers them.
What about Ouija boards? Did you say Ouija boards in that?
No, I didn't.
Well, we don't have one, so it's not like we can try it.
No. Do spirits like communicating through Ouija boards? Y'all, I'm not moving these things.
No.
Which is
Gotta know.
wild because there's a whole
Moving.
video on our YouTube
Okay, thank
channel
you.
of me using a pendulum and I'm shaking like a freak.
Thank you.
So I don't know why I do so
Yeah,
much
the
better with
spirits-
these.
Not like all the electronics that we have. Cameras and meters and
Oh, they
lights
help.
and
Oh, that's
buttons and
good to know.
Cameras.
They
and
help.
Yeah,
meters and
you can hear
lights and
Yeah.
BBs and-
So that's how you know there's not like
Oh,
a
that's
guy
just
out in the
me.
alley because they're
I spent a
directly
lot of money.
responding to these questions.
Do
Oh.
ask about showing up on camera.
Rude.
When that happened to Jamie or Robin, she said that it was a hug.
Aww. You feel, I've not heard that. You feel bad for me.
Except for I was there when Jamie said
you
it
do
also.
have, like, the tingle.
You were?
Right.
Okay, I
So I
thought
have
so.
heard
She
that.
said that it's a hug. I don't know. And I thought that's sweet. You feel
Well,
bad for me.
I got something
spending
else to say
money.
about
You poor
Do you want me to
simple
pause
fool.
it?
So, but you
Oh, sorry.
I'll
asked
wait
about
until
electronics, and he patted you because you said, "Oh." But
something
so
is about to happen.
when we film spirits, and I'd like to know if it's possible for spirits to intentionally not show up on camera.
Oh, yeah. Could you please go back so we can ask you a question? Thank you.
Mm.
Unless you're trying. That was loud.
Just run out. We're done.
Yeah, that was a door slamming.
All right, pause it
I
for a
think.
second. So seriously, I love this part of the clip so much. I have a whole from this point on, I think, as it's clipped. I don't even know if I put it on YouTube yet, but whatever. What I love is I immediately go to the theory that Jamie Robin, I don't even remember who, it was one of the two that were actually, I think it was Jamie, right? She was the one with the dowsing rods.
Yeah, I don't know. Was Jamie? Are you talking about it, old South
Yeah,
Pittsburgh?
Old South. Yeah, but you know,
Jamie wasn't there, so
she wasn't there. So
No.
then,
Robin.
oh, okay. So then it was Robin. So yes, when she was holding them, both of the rods went out in tandem and popped her on both arms. And she's like, "Oh, that's what I consider a hug." And I remembered that in this moment. That's why I said that. Remember, that's a hug. And it was kind of cute because it went along with you being like, "Oh, you don't like all these, you know, the equipment. I spent all this money. Oh, you poor unfortunate soul," or whatever. But rewatching this, I realize it's only one that swings back and it taps you on your arm. The same way that you keep turning to listen to noises, the same way. And you went back to ask it, or you went back to ask, like you were getting prepared to ask a question, and it stopped and it tapped you on that arm again, the same direction where you turned, right? And then all of a sudden, the bang in that same direction.
In that same direction.
I honest to goodness think that it was something that's like, something's about to happen that way. Something's happening. I feel like it was something trying to, I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like the little girl that was giggling earlier, the little playful spirit, was the one that's communicating through the dowsing rods. And I feel that way because the male voice you hear very clearly, not always lines up with the answers you're getting on the dowsing rods. So I feel like the little girl was like, it's coming. It's coming this way. Look this way. So I love that clip. And that's just how I feel. Like at first I thought of the hug, but it wasn't like both of them. It's just the one.
Right. Yeah. And then everything kept happening in that direction too. Like all the taps were coming from that direction.
Yep.
Yeah. So that makes sense that it was just trying to get us to look that way or get up and go that way.
Yeah.
And I do think we start to wonder here, like, do we need to go upstairs? And like, you know, where do we think the sound came from so that we can go and investigate it?
Right.
Should I finish playing the video?
Yeah. Yeah. You go ahead.
I don't think that was the train this time. Ask if it was a door slamming.
Is my car being stolen?
That's not what I told you to ask.
No, okay.
You gotta
Is that
know.
door being slammed?
What?
Was
Yeah.
the door
That's the one that I couldn't make
That's
out,
not
but
what told you
I
to
hear
ask.
yes, ma'am. But then I
Is
can't
that a
understand the
door
rest of it.
being slammed? Okay.
Was what I told you to ask.
No, okay. Is that a door being slammed?
Like very faint.
Was
You
the
would have to
building
turn your
something
volume
It is.
way up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard that one. Oh,
Was the
sorry, I
building
went far
something in
back.
this building?
Thank you.
It's real. Yeah, it's
Was
a
the door
man's
being slammed in
voice.
this building?
Sorry.
Thank you. Was the
Really
door
low.
being slammed in this building?
That was one of the stories, right? You said that the angry spirit slams the doors.
Yeah.
That sucks because I have to pee now. I don't want to go back up there.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I'm just holding these real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I was very concerned with my car getting broken into just because there was nothing happening on
No.
that street. And I
Yeah.
thought if somebody saw just a random car down there, they'd know where we were at, that we were
Yeah.
in this building. And
Oh,
there were
yeah.
no windows on the first floor.
Right. You couldn't peek out.
Yeah. So it would have been a really good place to steal a car, you know? So I think I was worried about that.
I think you had genuine concerns, just like Wendy says. I mean, like the town was desolate except for the bar, which happened to be right next door, So it's like some drunk came out and he's like, "Woo, nice," Brum, It's possible. It's always possible. I thought it was funny though that was the answer that you kept asking, but you did get responses like, it seemed like it was trying to tell you not to worry about your car. However, the thing that's in there, you might want to worry about. Yeah. So like I said before, the EVPs were super, super low. You do have to listen to them again. Wendy pointed out, and I didn't consider that, but even playing it through this, where we're watching it, it's not as loud as we would like it to be. So you'll just have to probably go to the YouTube channel and watch it for yourself and crank it up. I did clip all of those individually, but it doesn't make sense for us to go through them one by one now, because we just went through the whole thing there. So if you had any questions about any of them, you could watch any of those by themselves. I will right now. They look super old school, just like back in 2010 when we finally loaded our first set of. Was even YouTube around in 2010? When did we first start loading evidence? I mean, so
I don't know. Like, I just thought about this the other day because we're getting so up there in age. We have to have been doing this for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because my kid who's 19 now, I remember was like a toddler. The first time we ever went out and got it into the graveyards and started taking photos and taking video and getting, paranormal equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my youngest had to have been just like toddler age because I was finally like out of the baby age and I thought I could, leave them at night and whatnot because they were sleeping through the night. So I remember that. And he's 19 now. So I guess that's not 20 years, more like 18 or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's around that area.
Yeah. And then we started, with YouTube right away because you find stuff and you're just like, oh my God, everyone must see this. It's so crazy. And then some of it you have to tell people, no, it's so crazy if you wear headphones and you turn it up on full blast, like blow your ears out listening to it. But it's there.
It's that plus the way that I clipped these right now, there's zero explanation for any of them. They're just up there live. So I'll hopefully get around to putting I have already written out all the explanations. So if I don't get around to putting them up there, it's just because I am one lazy asshole. That is all that there is to it.
Are you like reviewing evidence from forever ago, lazy asshole?
Yes, yes I am.
Well, that's kind of the name of this game right here.
That's
the lazy asshole doing. That's what we should have just called it. But no, we don't mean to be. It's just so hard. No, it's so hard.
It's going to be a little easier now, but it's easier now, but also harder now because now we have to use our memories to say, what were we doing in this moment? Well, I recorded most of it. At least we've got that. It's the little pieces where, like these clips are up on YouTube right now, where there's nothing before, nothing after. It's just a hi. Great. I hear hi. What's the context? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's still pretty cool though. And I don't know if you said this is just from last year, right? 2024? Yes.
Yeah. This one isn't that old, but I did know. I don't think I said that because I was joking with Wendy before we started recording that I was like, oh shit, she's going to ask me what the date was. And I didn't put it down. It was 2024. That much I can tell you. March? Was it March?
April. But yeah.
I was super close. Yes.
Yeah. Because you came here in April and I went there in August. Being not where you're at now, but yeah.
They're here everywhere is where I am.
Yeah.
But this, at least, it is a way for us to go back through the videos on some sort of, or pictures or EVPs, whatever it is that we have. We can kind of get that stuff out there on YouTube without dragging our feet anymore. Well, now, like I said, it is easier because our families have grown up. We don't have to do schooling. Much of us don't have to do schooling much anymore. We're almost out the door with the schooling. Me, I just have a dog to take care of and 2 grouchy ass cats. So I really don't have an excuse.
No, we still have, those boring full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And we still have family obligations and everything, but it is getting better because they are older, and both of us have been at our jobs for a long time. So, kind of makes it easier to put that aside and focus on something you really like doing, which is great.
Yeah.
And we kind of work better when we have like a deadline. So
Yes.
knowing that we want to get together a couple of times a month and talk about these things forces us to go out. And even this, like this whole thing for the one that I'm going to talk to you about, I had just ran across some evidence, and then I was like, well, hold up. If we're going to be doing this, let me make sure I don't have any other ones out there. So it kind of forced me to finish that whole location, completely, and whatever I've got stored out there. Hopefully I don't find more. But yeah, so I think this is good for us just to have kind of like a due date. Maybe this is something that all like paranormal investigators should do.
Yeah.
Is just give themselves a due date and make kind of a plan that you're going to share it with the world. And
I mean, you have a plan for when you're going to do your paranormal investigation. So why not have a plan date on when you're going to do the review? I mean, it's easy. It's easy for us to say now because, again, children have grown up. So things that would have kind of stood in the way before are really not so much now. But, with that being said, we do have a couple of locations coming up. Sure, we'll get to that evidence quickly.
Maybe we will, though. Maybe we will. And for that one, we're hoping to do some kind of live stuff there.
Oh yeah,
we did that. We did a live once a long time ago at the SK Pierce mansion, and I thought it would be good, but we just didn't do it for like a long period of time. But I think we're going to try that more now, because we're just. Look, we didn't go to film school, guys. That's not our day job. So the way we piece these together is not going to look as good as like your Project Fears and Amy's Crypt and things like that. I love watching that stuff, and so I appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna like piece it together, but we still want to share. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. True. Awesome. So yeah, no ghost files here. I mean, we would love to have that kind of money and equipment, but not yet.
That's like retirement plan, but
for sure. And hey, we only have a few more years for that. But yeah, so my absolute favorite was finding that the guys that had been kind of gunned down or hung in Globe, that might have something to do with the voices that we're hearing there, but it also didn't explain the Jim voice that I got. So, and his explanation too was so weird. Jim is here. It is real. What kind of message is that, sir?
Like this is really happening to you. Really Stop thinking that it's just someone breaking into your car.
Maybe. The whole last part of the clip was awesome. I really loved everything was really kind of ramping up. There were noises, there were voices, the tapping on the arm with the dowsing rod. Then you hear the bang, and it's like, that door just slammed. We need to go home. I like what you just said. And we're done. Let's go.
And we still stuck around. So we made it through. We did end up going upstairs.
We did. Upstairs.
Yeah. So there's more to come on this location too. So
yeah. And I didn't mention the thing that happened. We don't have any that I'm aware of, any footage, any recording of the thing that I saw. Kind of the reason why I was on edge. The reason why I didn't want to go into the basement or actually anywhere near that breezeway is that I saw that man on the floor in red, kind of dragging himself across the floor. I mean, he wasn't getting anywhere. I just saw him, and it was scary enough to see something like that with, not in the movies, that I was just like, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I'm not a fan.
Right.
Not a fan. Nope. But then all we got was a bang. So it really wasn't that bad. And the funny thing is like, I screamed when I saw that little boy at the birdcage, but when I saw a dead bloody man crawling across the floor, I'm just like, yeah, no, that's strange. Well, that is something.
It is quite interesting that you bring up the birdcage, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. So, yeah, it is nuts, and so maybe it's just this was just last year, and the birdcage would have been forever ago, and then like what else? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other times that you like. I know that at Sadamsville Rectory,
yeah,
but that was like even before the birdcage.
Yeah,
you saw a figure. So I don't see a lot of stuff. I saw something at Old South Pittsburgh, but that was the first time I've ever had like a vision, and I'd almost call it a vision.
Yeah,
but Chris always sees stuff. So she's seen something at Sadamsville. I think it's Sadamsville is what we decided it was. You saw something at the birdcage, and can you think of any others?
Yes, I can think of one other thing. I'm trying to decide which came first, Sadamsville or what's the guy's name in Illinois? The house that was the guy's name.
The James Eldridge house, when you saw something out in the woods. Yeah.
I was in the woods.
Or no, up in the window.
At the window. Yeah. So which one came first? I think it was James Eldridge.
I think James Eldridge. Yeah, for sure. James Eldridge house in Illinois, and then Sedensville, and then Birdcage, and now this one. I also saw something when we were in Globe too. So Old South Pittsburgh, and then I saw a shadow. Well, maybe I've seen shadows before.
Oh, you sure did at the jail.
Yeah,
yes, you did. Yeah, that's right.
So it's coming back to me. I had it as a child, but then there was like a long period where I didn't see anything. But that's here nor there. What Chris is talking about, this guy crawling on the ground, is we don't have any video of it, and I'm sure you'll just be like, well, then it's stupid and it's pointless and it didn't really happen because you didn't film it. But we were setting up, like we had just gotten there and we were getting our stuff out on the table to get ready. I think maybe we had sat down and ate, and then we were like getting up to grab our stuff, and you just like looked over. And you were like, you were just immediately like, I don't like what I just saw.
Yeah.
That was horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, let's go home.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't want to be here anymore. And you had a strong gut feeling that it was something that came up from the basement, even though it wasn't positioned quite there. Like the basement stairs were on this side, and the stairs going up to the apartments and other buildings were on this side. Mm-hmm. And it actually was on this side of things.
Right.
But just in your mind,
the basement was
got a sense that it was from the basement. And then that's why we were super creeped out about the basement, as if it crawled across the floor and went down there like a snake or something. Yeah.
No, and, if anything, it was blocking our way out. Like to leave. So
it was trying to get my car. No.
Yeah, it sure was. Like a sweet ride outside.
You saw that. You saw that with your own eyes, and you were pretty chill about it, but not like internally.
No.
Not chill. But you didn't scream or anything, which is crazy because you screamed at Sedamsville, you screamed at Birdcage.
Yeah. I did. So I remember that, and I remember thinking,
I think it was that terrifying to you, of like how creepy it was, the way that you were describing it. You were like, something's not right about it, and you got like a really bad feeling from it. And so that's that kind of like, what is it, flight or fight type thing or whatever.
Right.
I think internally you just
I'm done.
froze. You
I
know,
did.
you just kind of freeze and you're like, that's not good. And why the fuck did you bring me here, Wendy? You know?
And you know what? Also, with the two cases that you mentioned, Sedumsville and the birdcage, I thought those were real people.
Mhm.
Like standing right there where I saw them. This thing that I saw, I didn't know what I was. It was a man in red, but it didn't
But
make
like
any
no legs,
no legs.
crawling on the ground.
The
So,
lights were on.
yeah. The lights
It,
were on in
it
that
didn't make
area.
any
Like they were
sense.
dim where we were at the
Right.
bar like area, but the lights were on in that area.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Do you want to play the clip of the pendulum so that the people that are watching can see the other side of the room, the bar that we're in? I know it's a sidebar, but yeah, that seeing that that thing on the floor, and then it's like I am a fan of. I'm sipping my coffee out of an Amityville mug. So I like horror movies. It's just when you see something like that in real time, I really just didn't know what to do anymore. What am I doing here? Let's go home. Our B&B was beautiful. I mean, it was so quaint and cozy. I just saw a bloodied man crawling across the floor. Nope.
So here is I have to share my screen. Hold on. Here's the other side of the room, just so you can see that.
Just moving on. We're going to continue asking our yes or no questions.
Yeah, so that's all mirrors right there.
Yeah.
Spirits, please continue to.
That's the
This
bar that
really
you're talking about.
insulated in this
Yes or no,
area
guidance in the
that
right
we were not
direction here.
hearing outside noise. It was when we were on the upper floors
Just a program,
and in front of the
so
glass windows
this is
that we could hear the
correct
bar.
Movement for yes.
Oh, I really like
Stop.
those glasses. Those are cute.
This is.
You don't have those
the
anymore?
correct way to respond with a no.
I don't have mine anymore either.
That's true.
I just lost mine cliff jumping, y'all. Diving? Cliff diving? No,
Cliff
I don't
diving?
know what you call it. Oh my goodness, my hand's shaking.
Just-
See, I don't know why I was a nervous
All right,
fucking
was
wreck.
the man that I saw earlier.
Oh, maybe
in
because
the
you just
red
saw the man.
shirt, a bad man.
I have teeth. I don't know why I'm gumming so much in this clip.
It is moving,
It
but
is.
I can't tell. Oh, it doesn't know.
That's kind
Like,
of-
is it saying
it
like
was moving,
maybe?
Up and
You
down,
asked
but
if it was a
slowed,
bad
and
man.
Now it seems like it's being drawn straight to the middle. Was the figure that I saw in red a bad spirit?
I wanted to rephrase my question because I said a bad man, and I'm
Right.
like, maybe it's going like in a circle, like a maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of just in a circle and then it just stopped.
I remember we didn't really get a whole
Very
lot of
crazy.
answers
Man,
about
and
that
then
Yeah.
individual. That's also my pendulum and not yours. So,
Energy's different. Yeah.
yeah, they do. They'll be very particular about
Right,
who
it was in
you're
red.
with. Now, if you guys want to go on
very
YouTube
red.
and watch this video, it's
Really
labeled
hurt
like
it?
"Am I a fraud?" or something because look at that hand. Like,
Okay, thank you.
what is my hand moving because it's shaking so
Please make it
heavily,
stop.
or what am I doing?
I feel like if you'd had your elbow like resting on the table, but you're like kind of positioning it to be propped up with
Is
your other arm,
The guy
your other
in red
arm,
mad that we're here.
your other arm might be the one actually involuntarily shaking it.
Jerking it,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I
You're
just
just trying to
watched-
rest it. Yeah.
I just don't know if I've ever seen myself do the pendulum with like such a close up of my arm or such a
Or
clear
you, the
view of it
gentleman
because
with the
we're
red
usually
shirt.
in night vision
Yeah.
and the lights are still on. Because this is right after I think you saw the guy,
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
we were looking for guidance of like, should we leave?
Right. We just got here.
And yeah,
Are
I
you
was just
spirit
shocked at how much my
from the
hand
Elk
moved.
Lodge community?
We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I
We-
just wanted to show the other side of the room
Yeah.
since we had it there.
And they're, these videos are up on our YouTube if people want to go and look under that playlist and explore what we found between the dowsing rods and the pendulums and the voices we were getting. I got no voices during that pendulum session. I didn't hear any voices, so it's crazy that you were getting them. And the dowsing rods were later in the day. It wasn't like the same. And this was like beginning. You saw the thing, and I think we sat down and were like, where do we go from here? Because we're a little nervous. Like, is it upstairs? Is it downstairs? Like, how can we avoid that little thing? I
think we did discuss this too while we were there, that we felt like we went all the way up to the top and then we made our way down. I felt like we had actually pushed it down. And then I didn't want to go into the basement any more than I did when I went upstairs, because I was like, okay, great. Now everything's down there. Like, can we just avoid the basement?
That's just where they're all hiding. We did go in the basement, you guys. We had been in the basement the earlier in the night. Mm-hmm. And then the next morning, we went back into the basement in like the wee hours of the morning.
We had decided that we needed to give the spirits an opportunity to send their message, that we needed to stop being, I needed to stop being such a big chicken so that we could go down into the basement and we could do this. But I don't know. I honestly, it hasn't been completely reviewed yet. So there might still be some information there. The message that I got from the EVPs on the clip that we just reviewed was that Jim is here and it's real, and whatever the noise is inside the building is really bad. They confirmed that. So that's not really a message to take home to anybody, but it's definitely worth, if anybody is in the area, going and checking out. Just my suggestion here is maybe try to research more of the local history, because I really feel like with that hanging tree being so close and getting an EVP, that I'm just grasping at straws. I really want to make a connection here, but I feel like you said, just cut me down. It might help tie together. It might help draw the mystery to a close. If you could, I don't know, take that information on your next investigation and ask, say, what do you know about Lafayette Grime and Holly and their hanging? There's just some more information for you to use on your investigation that I would totally take with me if I was close enough to Globe and could investigate it again, but I'm not.
And the only death associated with that building is not that people died in it, but that it was a mortuary. So, how you were saying before about like, we're trying to call the spirits up and they're just like really far away. Maybe that has something to do with it too. They didn't actually die there. Their bodies were just brought there. So it's like a long distance call or something.
Right.
To where they're really at, but there's a piece of them here. I don't know. It's just wild. If people have more to say on it, or you've been to this location, you experience the same little kind of quiet EVPs, let us know what you're thinking about that. If you've heard from Jim, if you've seen that guy in the red sweater with no legs, then I'm so sorry for you. But also please share and tell us about that. Is there a little girl there? Like, who's that? We still have a lot to review on that, because I haven't even touched mine besides clipping the one pendulum video. So.
Right. Definitely. I'd like to know more about the location. It was fascinating. And I don't know many places where we've been where we've gotten just super responsive answers that are directly responding to questions that you're asking. I mean, again, they're super, super quiet. You just have to crank up the volume to hear them. But anyways, go have fun. Go watch our YouTube channel and just go have a ball.
One more thing, and I know we keep dragging this out, but I do want to say, you're so right. There's other places that we've done the dowsing rods or the pendulum, and we do not get EVPs that go along with them.
Right.
So that is really cool. That was very giving of this location.
Yeah.
because we do not get that everywhere. So
That's true,
it,
yeah.
it is definitely worth a visit, y'all. Globe is in the middle of what will feel like nowhere, but
Right.
it's not true. There
Cool.
are things to do kind of driving around near-ish it. So it's just good for the paranormal too. But yeah, okay. So I guess it's my turn now.
On to you, Wendy.